of the AFC Champions League 2020, Ulsan Hyundai.
You're listening to the K-League United podcast, proud partner of Football Nation Radio.
Hello, I'm Hampshire and welcome to The Weekend, the streamlined preview edition of the K-League United podcast. I'm Paul Neat, and coming up in this episode, Peter Hampshire looks ahead to K-League 1 Round 10, while Matthew Binns has his eye on the second tier as it reaches Round 7. But first, here are the headlines. Seoul Eland win the first ever Seoul derby, dumping FC Seoul out of the FA Cup in the third round. In other cup sets, FC Anyang knocked out K-League 1 side Incheon United, and Gimhae of K3 beat K2's Bucheon. FC Seoul captain Ki Sung-young wins K-League's Player of the Month award for March. Ki scored 3 in 3 matches throughout the month. And Paek Sung-ho makes his K-League debut, coming off the bench in Jeonbuk's 5-0 win over Incheon United last weekend. We begin with the midweek FA Cup action and a win for Seoul Eland in the first ever Seoul derby. The Leopards left it late, but a leap from Leandro sends the K-League 2 side into a fourth round tie with Gangwon FC. For FC Seoul, it was a 4th defeat in a row in all competitions and a 5th loss in their last 8 FA Cup matches. Meanwhile, FC Anyang further piled the misery on Incheon United after a 5-0 league loss to Jeonbuk last Sunday. Incheon lost 3-0 at home to FC Anyang of K-League 2 in the FA Cup. The Violets will now face 5 times winners Suwon Blue Wings in the next round. Elsewhere, Gimhae of K3 beat K-League 2 side Bucheon FC 1995 on penalties, and Busan Transportation Corporation FC of K3 overcame K-League 1 side Gwangju FC on penalties following a 2-2 draw. Round 4, when K-League's AFC Champions League contingent enter the competition, will go ahead on Wednesday, the 26th of May. FC Seoul captain Ki Sung-young was rested for the midweek visit of Seoul Eland, but the midfielder that may take solace in his Player of the Month award. Ki was named as K-League's Player of the Month for March. He scored 3 goals in 3 FC Seoul wins, including in the super match at Big Bird on March the 21st. Meanwhile, current Korean international midfielder Paek Sung-ho made his K-League debut last weekend. He came on as a second-half sub in the 5-0 rout over Incheon United. Paek was registered as a Jeonbuk player on March 31st, transfer deadline day, and is likely to be involved again this weekend when Jeonbuk hosts Songnam FC. The Green Warriors versus the Magpies isn't one of the 2 matches selected for overseas broadcasting this week. That'll be FC Seoul at home to Daegu FC and Suwon Blue Wings versus Ulsan Hyundai. And to guide us through what to look out for in the top flight this weekend, including the marquee match, here is Peter Hampshire.
Round 10 kicks off this weekend with the table starting to take shape. There's a bumper crop of 4 Saturday games to get stuck into, with Incheon United versus Jeju United looking particularly tasty, alongside FC Seoul versus Daegu, before Gwangju FC host Pohang Steelers in the evening. The current top 2 both play on Sunday, with Ulsan Hyundai away at Suwon Samsung Blue Wings, before Jeonbuk finish off the weekend at home to Songnam FC. Your match of the round then, I picked out Incheon United against Jeju. The Tangerines have made an interesting return to the top tier, losing just once to bottom place Suwon FC and drawing 6 of their 9 games. Sogwipo has been somewhat of a fortress this season, but they have also put in good performances on the road, drawing at Ulsan and Songnam FC. Oh Sung-hoon, the goalkeeper, has been in good form, second in K-League 1 for times coming off his line. He has conceded just 6 in 7 for the newly promoted side. Both of these lost in the FA Cup in midweek, with Incheon looking to add to their 2 home wins earlier in the season. Stefan Magosa returned to the bench in defeat to FC Anyang and will be much needed boost for Jo Sung-hwan's side. Montenegrin Magosa is yet to play for Incheon in K-League 1 since the 1-0 win at FC Seoul in October 2020. 38-year-old Kim Kwang-suk is also someone to look out for, with the former Pohang stalwart featuring in every minute of the season so far, ranking 7th in the division for success in aerial duels. Elias Aguilar, of course, faces his former club Jeju, and he has made a fine start to the season, netting on 3 occasions. Your team of the round then, not far from me down here in the southwest, is Gwangju FC. They've been in inconsistent form this season, but thoroughly enjoyed their last 2 home outings, picking up maximum 6 points against Incheon and Suwon FC. Talisman striker Felipe has returned to full fitness now, and the Brazilian has been complemented recently by a host of young talents out wide. Yellow's boss Kim Oh-young has reshuffled his defensive line of late as well, with Alexander Andrievich and Ian Sem, the new pairing at centre-back, in place of Lee Han-do and Han Hee-hoon. A first home win at their new stadium a few weeks ago saw Lee Hee-gyun net his first professional K-League goal to win it in stoppage time against Incheon, and that was swiftly followed by another just 4 days later. Looking for their third consecutive home win, 18-year-old Om Ji-sung has impressed of late. He is one to look out for on the wings. Hosting a Pohang side they have not beaten in 19 attempts this weekend, and looking for that third straight home win. Gwangju will certainly hope to improve on their performance at Songnam last time out in the league, and at Busan Transportation Corporation in the FA Cup last time out. Kim Oh-young did make a lot of changes for that cup tie in Busan. There could be a new 11 in place this weekend. The player of the round I've picked out is the youngster Jung Sang-bin at Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. At 19 years old, Jung Sang-bin has bagged 2 goals in just 276 minutes of K-League football in his debut season. Enjoying a taster of Asian Champions League football at the back end of 2020 in cameos against Guangzhou FC, Jung has cemented himself as one of Suwon's key under-22 options and played 90 minutes for the first time in his professional career in defeat to Jeju United last time out. Jung possesses a fantastic touch and composure for such a young talent, twisting and turning the defences of both Seoul in the Supermatch and Pohang in goals against them. Having a mentor such as K-League record breaker Young Ki-hoon in the squad can only benefit Jung, who has featured in 4 games this season. Only 3 players under 24 rank in the top 30 in K-League 1 for expected goals this year, with Jung 19th, the youngest, alongside Song Min-kyu 1st and Kim Min-joon 5th. Kim Min-joon, of course, another forward-thinking player to look out for this weekend as Suwon Samsung Blue Wings host Ulsan. As I said, 4 games on Saturday for you. 2 o'clock it's Suwon FC against Gangwon. Then 2 games at 4:30, Incheon, Jeju and FC Seoul against Daegu. And Saturday night is rounded off once more by Gwangju, this time at home to Pohang. On Sunday, it's second place Ulsan travelling to Suwon Samsung Blue Wings at 2 p.m. And then first against third in Jeonju at 4:30, Jeonbuk against Songnam FC. Songnam, unfortunately, they will be without Faisal Mulic, who of course saw a second yellow for that celebration against Gwangju last time out. And Ulsan will also be without Kim Tae-hyun for the next 2 rounds. That's all from me. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you very much for that, Peter. While Seoul Elan made it through to the next round of the FA Cup, Daejeon bowed out to Suwon Blue Wings. The 2 sides meet at Purple Arena this weekend, and to highlight why the Purples versus the Leopards is the marquee match, as well as which team and player to keep tabs on in K-League 2 Round 7 this weekend, here is Matthew Binns.
After midweek FA Cup action, attention turns back to the promotion race in K-League 2. In Saturday's early kick-off, table-topping Daejeon Hana Citizen host second-place Seoul Elan before giant-killing FC Anyang then take on an informed Chungnam Asan side. Not only that, but 2020 K-League 2 MVP An Byung-jun is set to take part in his first Nakdong River derby as Busan I-Park face Gyeongnam FC, a side which An scored 5 goals against last season. Here are the match of the round, team of the round and the player of the round to look out for in K-League 2 this weekend. The match of the round in K-League 2 this weekend is Daejeon Hana Citizen vs Seoul Elan. The top 2 in K-League 2 collide in Saturday's early kick-off as league leaders Daejeon Hana Citizen entertain Seoul Elan with just 1 point separating the 2 teams. In the league, Daejeon are on a run of 3 consecutive wins and boast one of the most creative forward lines in the division, having achieved an XG of 12.80. Last Sunday's 2-1 over basement side Gyeongnam FC, coupled with Seoul Elan's 1-0 reverse to Chungnam Asan, was enough to see the 2 teams swap places. Seoul Elan may have slipped to second, but the Leopards have the sharpest attack in the K-League 2, and on Wednesday night knocked FC Seoul out of the FA Cup with a 1-0 win in the first ever Seoul derby. Chung Chong-yong's men have scored 12 goals in the league and, up until last weekend, were the only unbeaten side in the division. The record between the two teams overall is even, with both Daejeon and Seoul picking up 6 wins each and 7 draws. There's been nothing between the Purples and the Leopards in the last 10 meetings, either, with 3 wins, 4 draws and 8 goals scored each. The team of the round this weekend is FC Anyang. In all competitions, FC Anyang are unbeaten in their last 4 with 3 wins and 1 draw. The Violets on Wednesday night earned an impressive 3-0 away win over K-League 1 side Incheon United in the third round of the FA Cup, with goals from Nielsen Jr., Jung Jong-yeon and Ha Sung-eun. In terms of league play, the Violets find themselves sitting in 6th place following last weekend's 2-1 win over Busan iPark, during which Anya had to come from behind after 2020 K-League 2 MVP Am Byung-jun put the Royals in front on 17 minutes. But a goal and an assist from Mo Jae-hyun, whose performances was enough for him to be named as MVP for round 6, turned the game on its head to earn Lee Woo-hyung's men 4 points from their last 2 matches. Anyang ranked 4th in the division in terms of both shots made and shots finding the target, and are 3rd for key passes made as a team. Attacker Shin Dong-eun leads the division in terms of shooting accuracy also, with 13, that's 2.2 per match. A win for the Violets over an informed Chungnam Asan this Saturday would see them leapfrog their South Chungcheong province counterparts. The player of the round this weekend to keep an eye out for is Am Byung-jun of Busan iPark. Striker Am Byung-jun has 3 goals to his name so far this term, enough to be the division's joint top scorer. The North Korean international is also joint second for assists with 3 and will be looked upon by Royals manager Ricardo Perez this weekend, and is second in K-League 2 for shooting accuracy with 1.7 shots finding their intended target per 90 minutes, and is a notable threat in the air and is currently joint in terms of headed attempts on goal with 6. An and his Busan teammates face Gyeongnam FC this Saturday in the first Nakdong River derby in 2 years. And has a rich goal-scoring record against Gyeongnam, and even scored the goal which sent his former team Suwon FC into the K-League 1. In fact, in 4 appearances against the Reds in 2020, and scored 5 goals, with the eventual promotion winners picking up 3 wins and a draw. The K-League 2 Round 7 fixtures this weekend are as follows. On Saturday the 17th of April, Daejeon Hana Citizen kick things off against Seoul Eland at 1:30, before Bucheon FC play host to Ansan Greeners at 4. Then at 6:30pm, Gyeongnam FC host Busan iPark. Then on Sunday the 18th of April, FC Anyang play Chungnam Asan in the early kick-off at 1:30, before Jeonnam Dragons vs Gimcheon Sangmu at 4pm. Back to you, Paul.
Fans, we want to hear from you. You're encouraged to email KLU at info@kleagueunited.com or tweet at KLeagueUnited with any questions, comments or reactions. Or follow us on Facebook to ask directly during one of our live shows.
Thank you very much for that, Matthew. In other news this week, the Korean women's national team was defeated by China on aggregate in the Tokyo Olympic playoff match. The Taeguk Nanja got off to a great start and even held a 2-0 lead thanks to goals from Kang Chae-rim and the Lee Mong-won own goal, but 2 goals from Wang Shuang made it 2-2 and 4-3 on aggregate. Manager Colin Bell said that his team is full of talented, hard-working players, but they need to believe in themselves more. Over in London, and Tottenham Hotspur say that due to what they called abhorrent racist online abuse directed at Son Heung-min, that the club are going to determine the most effective action moving forward. Son was involved in an incident with Manchester United midfielder Scott McTominay during Spurs' 3-1 loss, which led to a Manchester United goal being disallowed. Son then scored and became the subject of racist abuse online. On Friday, a number of Premier League managers called for a football-wide boycott of social media in response to the increasing frequency of racist abuse sent to footballers. Son's goal was his 14th of the season, a personal record in English football. Meanwhile, in France, Hwang Hee-jo scored his 11th of the campaign for Bordeaux in the French top flight to become the club's top goal scorer this season. Well, that is all we have time for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. We do have league-wide previews on kleague.com as well as individual match previews on kleagueunited.com. We are on social media, all at K-League United, and to find us, the link is, as always, in the Bruno bio. Until next time, goodbye.
스코어 2대0 김남춘의 추락골. 지금 이진영 선수가 김남춘!